So it has been entirely too long since I have addressed this thing, and I recently went through and I actually made a list of all the counties that I haven't done. The ones I have done, they're all the counties I haven't done yet, and I actually got it updated on my home map, so now I can finally start making these at home, and we're going to start with Montgomery County, named after Revolutionary War General Richard Montgomery. So, Richard Montgomery was born in Swords, Dublin, Ireland in 1738. He is an Irish-born officer who is going to serve in the British military during the French and Indian War, or the 7 Years' War, depending on where you are in the planet with the naming of that one. Anyways, Montgomery serves with distinction throughout the French and Indian War, becomes a decorated military officer, and he returns back to the colonies, makes some friends in the colonies. He actually takes place in Pontiac's War, which was a group of Native Americans that were very much angry over the way the settlement of the French and Indian War. They started fighting again. He's injured and actually sent back to Great Britain. While he's back in Great Britain, he makes friends with the Whig Party. He had spent some time with the colonists. He fought alongside colonists during the 7 Years' War, so he's a little more inclined to believe them. He's actually engaged to be married, but his fiancée was untrue. She cheated on him. So he vowed that he would go live the life of a gentleman planter in New York, and he was never going to get married. And then he moved to New York and got married. Like you do. And he's a member of the New York Colonial Legislature, even though he's only lived there for like 2 years. Anyways, when Washington is made commander of the Continental Army, he has each state, because they are states now, they're calling themselves states, they're starting to call themselves states, and I can keep messing that up now and not be as bad. He asks each state to send 2 generals to him to help him command his army, and from New York, they send Philip Schuyler and General Montgomery. Montgomery is going to be tasked with invading Canada and capturing Canada for the Americans to bring freedom to the Canadians who are tired of being underneath the yoke of the British, even though they're not. They're kind of okay with it. Like, they don't have the problems that we have. They don't want to be part of America. They also had a lot of timber, and a lot of land, and a lot of minerals, which the United States really wanted. And they never got. Montgomery actually leads a couple of different assaults on Canada. Each one is a failure in some way, shape, or form. He has some minor success, but not enough to save him. He is actually going to be killed during one of the major offensives trying to invade Quebec. Serving underneath him as one of his aides de camp was Aaron Burr. Aaron Burr actually tried to drag his body out of the battlefield, but because of the snow and rain and everything else that was going on at the time, he had to leave him behind. After the fighting was over, when the British were trying to collect all the bodies, they noticed this was the body of Richard Montgomery, and he was laid to rest in a respectful manner. So there you go. Montgomery County, named after an Irish-born British officer who left the British Army to fight on the American side.